That water was cold, he huffed. I'm sure your temper will warm you up soon. I don't have a temper, he grouched as she just giggled. Abera looked to Colt, who came from the aisle, as they helped Solem from the pool. Today we hold a grand feast in Alpha's honor. All are welcome to attend in the dining hall. Everyone waited for us to leave. There were so many halls, main halls, dining halls. I'm pretty sure I heard of a bathing hall. I was thankful Colt knew the inside of the palace, or I would have been lost for days. So it really didn't matter how early we came. We still had to go past everyone one way or another. Everyone followed behind us to the main hall, already set up with foods and drink. Colt itched at his neck as we sat down in our spot. We had to at least make an appearance. Colt picked at a plate for a while, as did I. Meat was new on the menu since the lions were taken far off to the area where Slefnir had started his herd and others joined them, intrigued on taming the wilder beasts, mostly those of the wolves. The area was empty. Now even T had left after giving birth. We should talk more on her later. And there was plenty of game for the new pack. As well as for the few owners that followed them to keep things safe, there would be a good few huts to get them started with supplies to stay well. It was far enough off from other people, but not too far for trades of other tribes that had not heard of the kingdom yet. Diligence was put out to pasture only for and occasional ride, and he seemed fine with it, as he was perfectly happy running in the old herd for the king colt, had to lead by example. Alpha kept his wolf, but to his word, it was a pet resting by the fire. It didn't seem to mind being fed table scraps and growing fat. Other wolves were sent back with those returning to the way of the wolf. Many tears were shed of broken families. The deer herd agreed to keep deer on as mounts for travel and breeders for food. The island we were on was lush with goats, which was good for milk, but eventually with all the new people we would need larger meat. Colt had sent some broncos, including Rano, to the meadow to bring back some buffalo. With the help of William, the broncos created corrals and crates to move them to the kingdom. Colt had a long talk with Mac, who was conflicted as ever, but eventually they decided it was best if he went back. This city had nothing to help him if he had need. My father we afford for them to come join us, and finally they did, bringing with them my 2 other brothers. Slefnir took them greatly under his wing, and mother saw our children every day. On the other hand, William was having his people reconstruct and clean the bridge into a landing area for their machines. Soon enough, we could land smaller ships there and trade with others from greater distances, getting the word out for others to join us. Luna, the owlephant, was gentle, and for a time she did well, but Khan saw it too. She was starting to slow down and give up. Her feathers were brittle and began to fall from her. We didn't know if it was because she was old or grieving for others of a kind that never was, or her conflicting diet. We tried many things. Even Firefly tried many concoctions, but nothing was helping. Eventually, she was so down, the only thing we could do for her is give her a peaceful death. We cut her open after her death to make sure nothing was hid inside, like with Sam. Luckily, there was no child within her, nor did we find anything of great importance of why she died, so we burned her far from the kingdom till it was just a large area of ash. Khan felt as though he had failed her, but we had chosen him to teach the young children of animals and the care of them, so he was kept busy most of the time, not keeping his mind on Luna.